I'm interested in MJF once again. We found out about yet another one of Harley Cameron's insane talents. Oh, and I still don't really understand this Death Rider storyline. We're starting to see a little bit of a theme here, aren't we? Welcome to Allison Analysis. I'm Ben Allison, and I've analysed last night's episode of AEW Dynamite, and here are my 5 key findings. In at number 5, I am ridiculously hyped for this Hangman Page and MJF feud. Now, I'm going to be fully honest here for a second. I've not really been interested in anything MJF has done since the Will Ospreay feud, and even in that, I was just thinking the entire time, why is this guy just turned heel, and why is he now just doing this basic American heel gimmick? I mean, we've seen it over and over and over again when, you do shows in the UK, and it just felt below MJF almost. And unfortunately, from there, his stock has gone lower and lower and lower and lower. And right now, it's at an all-time low. Honestly, I've never been less interested in him since he joined AEW in 2019, which is a shame because in 2022 and 2023, he was my favorite part about AEW. But they lost me and then they pulled me right back in because I am back into him now. This Hangman Page feud I think is going to be incredible. And that brief backstage promo, that brief encounter they had last night was absolutely tremendous. They both insulted each other really, really well. MJF's promo was actually, I think, the best promo he's cut in quite some time. And then afterwards, of course, they had the brawl post-match as well. Honestly, I am hyped for this. Hangman Page, I think, does continue to be the GOAT of all Elite Wrestling, and I know a lot of people hate it when people say that because of the Punk stuff, but maybe he was the catalyst for that disaster. But even if he was or he wasn't, I don't care. The fact is, everything this guy has touched in his time in AEW has turned to gold. His storylines have been brilliant, his character development has been consistent, which you can't say for a lot of these people, and every feud of his I am invested in. In at number 4, Max Caster's single run is just not working. I understand it's meant to be bad, and I presume the point is to eventually get the Acclaimed back together and for Max Caster to apologize to Anthony Bowens and then for the Acclaimed to reunite, but honestly, if I'm being completely honest, this is making me want to see that less. It's harsh, but right now I just have no interest in seeing Max Caster on my screen. I don't. Maybe it is just insane tweets that have put me off him a little bit. I don't know. And I definitely think he can save this, and I really hope he does, and he proves me wrong. But my feeling right now is just I have no interest in watching him on my TV screen. And instead, I just want to see an Anthony Bowen singles run. I'm really interested in that guy. I think he's a tremendous talent. He's a great promo and a great wrestler. But the best wrestler or live stuff that Max is doing, it's just cringe. It doesn't really work for me. Nothing's hitting. Do you guys disagree with me? If you do, let me know in the comments down below. Maybe I'm overreacting. But right now, that's my feeling. In at number 3, AEW's women's division is getting more talented by the week and it deserves way more TV time. Megan Bayne looked phenomenal in her squash match victory, and honestly, she's a potential main event star for AEW. Meanwhile, Penelope Ford and Chris Statlander had a 9-minute banger. Yes, for you guys in the United States, most of it was in picture-in-picture, but even still, it was a massively fun match. Plus, after all of this, Harley Cameron delivers a promo package of the year contender. This division is so stacked at this point. There was so much talent within it, yet every week they only get a 6 to 9 minute match and then maybe one squash match on top of it. I don't understand why AEW is the only promotion which never has more women's matches on a show than men's matches. They are miles behind WWE. They are absolutely miles behind, and I don't get it because the talent is there for this division to rival WWE's. They have the talent, they have the numbers, they do great every time. I don't actually understand why they're not getting the TV time. In fact, I think we are very close to the point of having to actually ask some questions, some very tough questions about some people high up in AEW if this is continuing. Because there is just no reason why the women aren't getting more time. There is literally none. But there is also no reason why you guys should not hit like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it, as here at Wrestling Republic, we do between 5 to 10 videos per week. And in addition to that, we do a live daily stream every single day at 8 p.m. UK, 3 p.m. Eastern, and 12 p.m. Pacific. I really hope to see you guys there. In at number 2, Harley Cameron might be secretly the most talented person on planet Earth. Yes, I know this is basically the third week in the row where I'm saying the exact same thing, right? But, and I have to read this off my notes because I can't even remember it off the top of my head as there's so many things, she can now sing, rap, dance, wrestle, cut great promos, do ventriloquism, oh, and now she's also learned Chinese. Are we sure she's a real person? Like, have we considered maybe like Elon Musk cloned her or like created her or like stuck one of those Neuralink things in her head or something? Because how on earth did this time last year we only know that she could sing and now a year later we found out she's got this much talent and she's been just hiding from us this entire time? Harley Cameron honestly maybe should beat Mercedes Moné in Australia this weekend. Moné can take the loss, she'll be completely fine, but Harley Cameron is so over right now. She might just be the most over part of AEW right now, and that's not even an exaggeration. So honestly, I don't think it would be the worst idea to do a massive shock title change. It wouldn't hurt Moné at all. And in at number 1, I still don't understand the Death Riders. I thought their plan was to reset AEW, to get rid of all the egos, to get rid of all the gimmicks and return it to what it was originally meant to be. So in that case, why on earth are they cheating? I get it when they're overly violent, that makes sense, but low blows? It just doesn't fit in with what they're saying. People still don't care, quite frankly, people are still complaining so much about this, right? And yes, the Renee Paquette interview I do think helped a little bit, but they should have shown way more of it on AEW TV, because you cannot expect viewers to head over to YouTube for it. And even still, I did watch it all, and quite frankly, they're just not backing up what they're saying at all. Now, some people are saying to just abandon the story, and I do not think that's what they should do at all. They've done that too much. They did that with the Young Bucks stuff. They can't just keep doing that. It doesn't make sense. But what they do need to do is make some changes, and they need to make some changes ASAP. And also, Darby can't be the savior. He can't be the hero in all of this, right? Because he got chucked down some stairs, announced he was climbing a mountain, and disappeared for months. That's not what a hero does. Honestly, this is a hot take for you guys, but maybe Hangman Page should be the guy. Maybe after the feud with MJF, Hangman Page wins it, but realizes that he isn't this dark guy, and he's just trying to get away from his mind again, and he ends up being the one to destroy Moxley, because after all, Hangman Page kind of is the face of AEW. But for the pros and cons of the show overall, I did enjoy the trios match. It was fun. The finish I wasn't a huge fan of, but the match itself was fun. It was nice to see Hook, Samoa Joe, and Shibata back as a trio. I do find those three very fun together. MJF versus Dustin Rhodes was actually a really, really fun match. I shouldn't be that surprised. I was excited for it going in, but it absolutely did deliver for the time that it got. Chris Statlander versus Penelope Ford, like I said, was a really fun match, and so was the Harley Cameron stuff as well. Also, Megan Bayne looked great as well, like I said, and it was cool to see the Hurt Business get a defense in against the Guns as well. The Guns were surprisingly over. As for the negatives, it's got to be that Max Caster thing. I mean, the open challenge, I just didn't care for it. At least it didn't last long, right? But even still, I didn't really care for it. Like I said, the finish of the trios match as well. But apart from that, I did like the show. The finish, again, it kind of just felt Death Rider-y. So I guess 3 cons overall. But it was definitely more positive than negative. So you know what, overall, the episode will get a thumbs up from me. It was a fun one, and I'm looking forward to next week. I'm looking forward to AEW Grand Slam this weekend. Now, admittedly, I still would be looking forward to it a lot more if they offered refunds to the fans who did, quite frankly, get screwed over in Australia. But hey, if you want to hear me rant about that, I've already said about it on Wrestling Republic's daily broadcast last week if you do want to check it out. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, let me know down below, and let me know your thoughts on last night's AEW Dynamite down below as well. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!